Hello everyone and welcome back to RysFix. Guys, in my last video I had replaced the oil pump, the timing chain and the oil pump chain on this engine. Now I have already replaced all these parts, but now comes the most important part, and that is guys to close this engine properly. Because after replacing so many parts and after repairing so many things on this engine, if you don't close it properly and if you don't set the timing properly, then all our efforts are going to go in waste guys, and our money will also get wasted, which we will never want. So once you are done replacing your chains and your pump, now you will have to get your flywheel, you will have to put it back like how it was. And now comes the most important part, the old gasket which is still there stuck here. Now you will have to clean that properly. We don't need any old gasket here. This surface should be absolutely clean guys. So wherever your gasket will sit, clean that part thoroughly. Now when you are taking out this gasket, small pieces of the gasket will fall inside of your engine. So I will make use of pressured air here to blow out all that dirt and debris. The moment I sprayed pressure air on this, tiny gasket pieces, all the dirt and old oil started to come out. And once all that came out, my engine was nice and clean and dry from inside. So once I'm done cleaning this thoroughly, now I can put back my magnet. Now on this magnet there's a groove right here, as you guys can see. Now this groove goes inside of this extension which is there on the shaft. As you guys can see, it should fit inside of this guys. This extension should go in that groove guys, so that your timing is proper. So here I have placed my magnet on the shaft properly. On the back side of this magnet, all the pins and springs, how they should be, if they fell down, and how to put them back, all that I have shown you in my last video. All those things should be in position properly before you put back the magnet. Otherwise you will mess up the entire job. Go and watch that video, see how those pins should be. If everything is okay, then you can go ahead and put the magnet back. Once you are done putting the magnet in position, I will put back the nut which was there in the middle and I will tighten it properly. While tightening this, we'll have to be very careful. There is a green marking on this nut. That marking should match the marking which is there on the magnet. Only that much you have to tighten this nut. Don't tighten it too much. If there is no marking on your nut, and before you take that nut out, see that you put a marking on it. As you guys can see how I have matched the green paint, and I have tightened it only that much. Now I will remove my magnet holder. Then I will get my this wheel which connects the starter motor to the flywheel. This I will put back now, and in the middle of this goes a pin. That pin I will put back. Slightly rotate this wheel like this and see if the entire system is rotating guys. Here my entire system is rotating properly, which is a good thing. Then now I will take a clean cloth, I will dip it into the thinner, and wherever my gasket sits, all that surface I will wipe with the thinner guys. Wipe it nicely like this so that there will be no grease, grime or dust on the surface. Once you are done wiping both the surfaces, now I will apply enamel on the surface. This is not a must do step guys, but for safety I am applying it so that there will be no oil leakage from here. I don't want to take any risk guys, because we don't do this job again and again. We do this only one time after so many years. That is the reason why I am showing you guys how to do it properly. Once you are done applying the enamel, get your new gasket. I will get my new gasket and I will place it on the casing like this properly. And once I'm done placing it properly, I will apply enamel on top of the gasket as well. Once you're done applying enamel on the gasket, now you can put back your casing. So now I will put my casing back. Now I have not washed this casing. Why I have not washed this casing? I have not washed it because inside of this there is the coil, and I didn't want water to enter that coil. That is the reason why I have not washed this casing. But you can wash it before removing guys, so remember that. Once you are done placing the casing properly, now it's time to put all the 8mm bolts back. So put back all the bolts and tighten them properly. Once you are done tightening them, I washed my casing, and once I washed my casing, as you guys can see, right here on this part there is a bushing. This bushing I will replace guys, because sometimes oil leak through this bushing as well. Now this is a very old bushing. After doing so much work on your engine, if you don't replace this bushing, then it doesn't make sense guys. If you look at this bushing very closely, then on this bushing you will notice one number, which is 7332. So by matching that number, I have brought a new bushing, as you guys can see, from the service center. On this it is written 7332, as you guys can see. This is the original bushing. So this I will put on my bike now. But before that, let's take out the old one. And to remove that, take a spanner like this and pry out the bushing like this. The moment you try to pry out this bushing, it will come out like this. Now if you look at this bushing closely, Then on this bushing, the main thing is this number which you should be knowing, 7332. So I will compare this bushing with my new bushing now. Now these are both the bushings together. As you guys can see, they are the same. Now before I put back the new bushing, you'll have to do one more thing, and that is, guys, you will have to clean this surface where your bushing sits. So put a screwdriver on a clean cloth and clean this surface like this. Then dip a toothbrush in thinner and scrub it a little bit right here, because we want a clean surface, guys. Then whatever grime is created, see that you wipe it again with a clean cloth like this, because we want clean surface wherever the bushing sits. Otherwise oil can leak out from here. So once you are done cleaning this surface, it should look something like this, as you guys can see, from downside and from top side as well. Once you are done cleaning this, take your new bushing and put it in place. Place it properly inside the hole and try to put it inside as much as possible with your 2 fingers only first. Now this bushing should go inside properly, otherwise oil can leak out through there. So push the bushing inside as much as possible with your fingers. Then get your old bushing and place it on the new bushing like this, and then tap the old bushing with a rubber hammer like this. On all the sides you should be tapping, guys. Once it goes properly inside, it looks something like this. As you guys can see, my bushing is now in place and I am done replacing the bushing. One subscriber of mine, Santa Cruz Miranda, was saying that oil is leaking through his magnet. So please check if your oil is leaking through this bushing. Now you will have to get this plate. On this plate there is already a marking which I had put before I took it out, and I had put a marking on my shaft as well. So I will match both those markings and I will put this plate inside, and the line which is there on this plate should point that arrow. So based on that, I will put this plate back inside. If you are still not sure, then after putting the plate back, you will have to check your piston. Your piston should be at the highest position, guys, when this line is pointing the arrow, so that the arrow on your fan is pointing the arrow which is there on the casing. At that position, your piston should be on the highest position. Once I set this properly, there was a visor on top of this. I will put that back now, and on top of the visor there was a nut. This nut I will put back now and I will tighten it properly. Now to tighten this nut, I had to make use of a clutch holder. So like this, I will place the clutch holder like this, and I will take support from the axle extensions, and I will tighten this nut. And to tighten this nut, I will again make use of a hammer and I will tighten it. Otherwise it doesn't tighten properly, guys. You can also put a marking on this nut and on the plate as well, guys, so that you don't over tighten it. Once you are done with that, now you will have to get your fan. And now the arrow which is there on your fan, this arrow should point at the arrow which is there on your casing, guys. And when both these arrows are pointing each other, the piston should be at the highest position. So here I have put my fan inside. Now when the fan is in this position, as you guys can see, both my arrows are pointing each other. Like this you will have to set your timing, guys. If you don't put the plate properly, then your fan will not fit properly. And if your fan doesn't fit properly, then you cannot set your timing properly, guys. And if you don't set your timing properly, everything will start to misfire. Now when both those arrows are pointing each other, just have a look at the piston position. The piston position is at the highest level. Like this, when everything aligns, then only you can go and put the 3 bolts which were there on the fan. So put them back now and tighten them properly. See that you don't over tighten them and crack the fan, guys. Just tighten them lightly and that is enough. And to tighten these 3 bolts also, I will make use of a hammer. Like how I had taken them out, I will tighten them also like this only, because otherwise the entire thing rotates, which we don't want. So once you are done tightening these 3 bolts, as you guys can see, the arrow on the fan and the arrow on the casing both are pointing each other. And when they are pointing each other, just have a look at the piston position. Now if I rotate the fan slightly clockwise, then as you guys can see, the piston went down. Again I will point both the arrows. Again the piston came back at the highest level. And if I try to rotate the fan anti-clockwise slightly, then again the piston goes down, as you guys can see. But when I'm pointing both the arrows, the piston is at the highest position. Like this your piston should be. Once it is like this, your timing is spot on, guys. So like this you will have to set your timing if you are opening your casing. When you are done closing your casing, now you can put back oil inside of your engine. I will put the oil inside of my engine now only, because if there is any leakage, especially on the magnet side, then I should know now only. Otherwise once I am done fitting the entire bike, if something starts to leak, then it will break my heart, guys, and I will have to do the entire job again, which I don't want. That is the reason why just pour in the entire 1 liter oil inside of the engine. I have already fit the block and the silencer as well, guys. Only to put back the head cover is remaining. Now I will ride this bike for 1 month and I will replace the oil again after 1 month, guys, because I have put a new piston on this bike. So when it is new and when it is used for the first time, it leaves small dust particles because now it is getting used to that block, and it creates that powder which settles inside of the oil. When you buy a new bike after 1000 kilometers, they tell you to replace the oil. In the same way, guys, this is like a new engine now. So I will have to replace my engine oil after 1 month or 1000 kilometers of riding. So I will replace that, and on that also I will make a separate video just to show you guys what is the condition of the oil and if it is still disappearing or no. So keep the channel subscribed, guys, and I'm hoping that you loved this series. If you found all the videos useful, then see that you like the videos. Keep the channel subscribed and keep the bell icon pressed so that you will not miss any of my future videos. So that's all in this video, guys, and I will see you guys in my next video now. Till then, bye and take care.